Alright everybody, welcome to phase 2. We did go and get a railing, so we just got one. Like I told y'all, we doing this one step at a time. So this one here is the Veranda railing. It's a traditional. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. So this is heavier than what I thought it was. So this do have a little bit of weight, and this is the 8-footer, guys. I didn't get a 6-footer because I need more than 6 foot. This should be easy. Stay tuned and yeah, enjoy the rest of this show. Okay, they got the spacers for the bottom, right? So this is your gaps, and they got screw holes. Screw it right on the bottom of this part, because this is the flat part. The flat part go on the bottom, and your round edge part goes on top. This is the post I had originally that y'all seen in the videos. So this is the cheapest post on the market as far as Home Depot and Lowe's. I think it was $11.99. Like I told y'all, I'm on a budget build or a budget upgrade. So I got the fence post, the bottom part. Now they do have different designs. With me, this was the cheapest one I could find. I think it was like $4. I may have seen one for $2. So if I see that one, then I'll get the rest of them at that price. That wasn't too bad. So as y'all know, the posts are 4x4, but in reality it's 3.5 by 3.5. That's just the way the wood world is. And our post is 4x4, so you know it has wiggle room in it. So what I'm gonna have to do is get some shims, because they had shims in the original post. I will have to make some shims and try to straighten it up a little bit, and then put the shims in and be done with that post, and then I'll cut out for my railing. This is very important as far as measurement goes. So this is an 8-footer, right? The width in our gap is less than 8 foot. These are the most important part of our project, because we need to make sure this lines up with each other when putting this railing on. And you don't want to put the railing on and it looks like this, the halfway gap on your railing. Alright, so in general, a lot of people will probably just try to line this up to the end of their post, and in reality that's not the end, because I put the bottom part on there. I should have waited for that. But so that's the end, right? Not this small gap. So we're gonna put it right here, and since we on the end of that post, and you see the end of this post, we're cut halfway. So if you're an amateur in doing this, you probably would have done this. So what we want to do is to make sure that we try to get this post at least back here, so we can have like this little space so it can look manufactured. Okay, that's what we're looking for. But we have to come up with the right measurement, because as you can see right here, it's too small to reach, because we have to put our brackets on, right? So what we're going to do is try to see if we can get an even amount. So we are on the edge of this right here, and we're very close. Now, let me check out the bracket and see how, you know, deep or how thick the bracket is, because if the bracket covers this little bit of piece, then we're good to go. Here we have the Veranda railing, okay, and it says it's for use for with traditional PolyComposite rail kits. All right, so that is the design that we have, same brand, so everything should fit perfectly. Oh, okay, so this expands. All right, now this is what I was looking at when I was trying to see the depth inside, and that way we'll know if some of our open rail that is exposed will be okay. All right, here we have a bracket. We have no instructions, but luckily with the railing, it came with instructions for the hardware, which is strange, but I guess if you get in the railing, you have to get the hardware anyway, so why not put the instructions for this over in the railing hardware. Makes sense, right? So that's what it looks like right here. Basically, you screw it onto the railing. Plenty of screws. This is for I don't know what yet, but it looks like a cover or a cap or something. I guess to cap off. Okay, yeah, I think it's to cap off the hardware once we're done. All right, we'll figure that out later. But this is the main part I wanted to know, was the thickness of this. So it looks like we have a good inch to play around with. Wait a second, and we got real long screws. Wow. I'm assuming that these are the ones that go into the post. Yeah, because that's what it looked like. They got these screws going into the post. All right, you guys, so let me go ahead, straighten up my post, look for some shims, and have some fun. All right, you guys, I ran into a boo-boo. Oh, so frustrated. When I went to cut this, look what happened. Oh my God. So when putting the cover on, I have that little speck right there. Now, I am just going to put glue in it. I also look for the original piece that broke. So if I want to, I can try to paste it back on, super glue it. Oh, and it went all the way down that way. But yeah, basically, I could try to piece it together, super glue it. The only piece that I'm looking for is this really small, but I probably could put, like, I think they have a little cement for the vinyl, so I would just try to mold it to that. But either way, I will try to glue this part on and then go in. See, it's still showing some. So I will just have to get some vinyl cement or something. Nobody will probably ever see this, but I know that I did it, so yeah, it will probably haunt me for the rest of my life until I fix it or replace it. So as y'all can see, basically 3-inch spacer, support spacers, in which I will put on the screen for y'all. And if you get the railing, this does show you how to install the brackets. So there's a page here to show you how to install the brackets. So if you buy the brackets separate, you don't get instructions. The instructions are in the railing kit. Here, page 1, 2, all right, 3. Cut a 3-inch block of wood right here. But anyways, I might not need that. I might just go ahead and put the spacers on here while I'm looking at y'all. I'll just go ahead and put it on. I'm gonna space it out evenly. So here it tells you how to space it out. It says for a 67.5-inch rail, install center of support brace and 33 3/4. It says from ends of rail. So picture in figure 3 is basically 33 3/4, and then install, and then 33 3/4, and then install for a center brace. So whatever is even for you, okay, that's how you do it. However you get even, or whatever is even on your measurement. My measurement that I got for my bottom rail is 78 inches, so I divide that by 3. That way I have 3 points on here. And what I'm gonna do is screw my brackets on my, what I say, 28 inch mark. So I'm gonna mark it 28 inches, and then I'm gonna mark 28 inches from the other side, and that's where I'm gonna put my support. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put it in. Now we're spaced evenly, looking pretty good. All right, it says each kit comes with 2 tab blasters. Space them evenly into each section. All right, so it says space it evenly. So from the picture, it looked like it's maybe 1, 2, 3 holes away from each other. So we will count all the holes, and then we will do the same thing. So we will mimic what's on the paper. And it says for the lip right here, spindles must face the outer edge of the routed holes and rails, either going towards me or going towards that side. So we have 1 clip right here, and then we have 1 clip on the bottom. Same thing with the other one. One will face one way, one will face the other. I'm gonna put it on the 3rd one here. So let me go ahead and get my block spacers so I can put them on each edge. That way I don't crack this thing, because this thing is very fragile. Okay, just gonna put that out there. I am done playing games. Now we are going to put the rest of the railing on. So we are going to put the rest of the blasters in. That's what Some of that stuff is dirty. You guys, this is fairly easy to put in. It just slides right on in. Right, you guys, now that we got that in, I want to finish securing the bottom. Now, the way you want to install this, you will have to take these grooves right here, match it up. Since we'll have it all the way at the end, we can screw all the way at the top here. That way, if we screw it all the way at the top, we have room to make our maximum adjustment. We are going to put the screws on the bottom, and I suggest that you get a long extension. Oh, I am level. And now we're screwed onto the wood. We are going to do that times 4. All right. Is it level? Yep. We are going to come up a little bit. All right. And that's the end of the bottom part. I'll screw the other side and then we'll start working on the top. So we are about to put the top part of the railing in. Remember, like I said, make sure you leave space for adjustments. All those are in. Just came all the way off. I know. I need his in first. Now we all the way in. Alright, you guys, so all we're going to do is check our level, balance it, screw it, seal it, call it a day. We got a few scratch marks, but we'll be okay. It said to use a drill bit, but I'm not using a drill bit.
Enough for today?
That's not it yet, but we're done. Now we are about to install the cap covers. And on the cap covers, you have 2 screw openings. You open it up. And it snaps. And my oldest son did the other side already. We have this cap cover. We're going to come down. And we want to cover the ugly screws.
And that looks like the screw isn't even there because the screw is white.
And it's hidden.
Yeah.